Welcome to Equal Time with Martha Burke. Former President Donald Trump's official coronation at the Republican National Convention kicks off July 15th. It's a 4-day worship fest in Milwaukee for the King of Lies, firing up the party's base in the final stretch to the November 5th election. The gathering will feature televised speeches by rising Republican stars and Trump's choice for a running mate, while also highlighting the party's stance on abortion, immigration, and the economy. The party platform is expected to be approved as the kickoff. So let's get right to the substance, or damage, especially for women. Abortion rights, or lack thereof, is at the top of the GOP agenda, where roughly 24 states have already banned the procedure with Trump's blessing. But in a walkback from previous GOP platforms, but still championed by the party's influential evangelicals, the new blank has no call for a federal ban or protecting a fetus as a person under the U.S. Constitution. Instead, it embraces Trump's position that the issue of abortion is to be determined by individual states. Great. So take women's rights to their own bodies one state at a time instead of all at once, and maybe the girls won't notice. The platform also includes large tax cuts for workers. This ought to be great news for women, since they're the majority of low-wage workers. But alas, there's no mention of raising the federal minimum wage, a shameful $7.25 an hour, meaning continuing poverty even while holding a full-time job, and dependence on public assistance, which happens to be a perpetual target of the GOP. More bad news for low-wage women and their kids. The platform calls for public funds to be used for private school tuition. Wonderful. Less money for those commie public schools where civic duty is emphasized instead of Christian posters on the walls. A final plank says Republicans will expand access to prescription drug options. Really? What about abortion pills? The Trumpster's platform is uncharacteristically silent. Maybe he's hoping women, who happen to be the majority of registered voters and the majority of those who show up at the polls, just won't notice. Thanks for listening to Equal Time. I'm Martha Burke.